Hi, I'm so excited to be back here Monday for our Monday Live. I'm Sandy Sandler. I'm the creator of the Bowdabra Bowmaker. And tonight I'm going to go through some basic bows, wreath bows, a tree topper bow, and I'm going to also show you how to make a bow with using like where you want it all to be in the same direction. So like if you have elves or trucks, they're not upside down. So I'm going to get started by making a swag, really simple. And we'll go now to the overhead camera. Let's see here. Go to the overhead camera so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to start by taking my Bowdabra bow wire. Just going to take a piece of it that is long enough that I can fold it in half and lay it down into, hi Jane from Boise, Idaho. Thank you, everybody, for joining in and for letting me know where you're watching from. So I'm just going to take my stems, let's move the ribbon out of here, and lay these down into the Bowdabra. And that's what I love about the Bowdabra is you can use and lay all your stems right into the Bowdabra. And now we've pre-cut these pieces of ribbon, and I'm going to take my snowflake ribbon, which is really pretty. Hi, Shirley. And hi, Addie. And we have Martha. Oh, first time. How cool is that? I'm so glad. Now, everybody, don't forget to join our Bowdabra fan gallery. So we have that there. Now I'm going to take my ribbon here and I'm going to fold and twist. So I'm just going to fold it down in here. And now I'm going to just twist it because I want the right side of the ribbon on the outside of my loop or the pretty side of the ribbon on the outside of my loop. And we're just going to fold this back over. And I've got about 2 yards of this ribbon here. And we're just going to fold this back over. And this could be a really pretty centerpiece or a swag. And we just lay that down there and take my snowflake ribbon. And again, I'm just going to fold it and twist it and fold and twist and fold and twist. And I have my Siberian Husky in here tonight. She's watching me. Her name is Sapphire, and she got loose today. So I was really worried because when she gets loose, she's a Husky and she takes off. But she was a good girl and she came back. So we're just going to fold and twist and fold that back over here. And I have these cute little berries. They're just from Dollar Tree. And we'll just lay the berries down into the Bowdabra. And I'll take my Bowdabra wand. Oh, and I'm really excited. We're going to get the wands on the we're going to get the wands on um the website, so you'll actually be able to purchase a wand if you lose one. So that should be coming up probably by the end of the month, maybe even sooner. So we're just going to pull this out of my Bowdabra. I'm going to pull it tight, bring it around to the back, and I'm just going to tie it off and tie another knot here. And we're going to fluff it out. So just fluff it here. Thank you, Addie. I like the snowflake ribbon. I think it's really pretty. And bring this here. So you can see this came out really pretty. Um, so I have this here, And this could actually, I have a wreath down here that we're gonna make a wreath, but this could be a wreath attachment if we wanted it to be. So I'm gonna take this and put it aside. And I have some pretty ribbon over here. I thought, oh, here it is, underneath my mini Bowdabra. And we're gonna make a bow using our mini Bowdabra now. So again, I'm gonna take a piece of my Bowdabra bow wire. I'm gonna fold it in half and lay this into my mini. And we'll go over to the overhead camera, and I'm just going to twist. And so this is great for gift wrapping. How many of you have the mini and the regular? Thank you, Melinda. And twist. And so you can make a good sized bow in the mini as well. And we'll just graduate this down in here and finish that up. Take my wand and give everything a good scrunch. Take my wire. And again, I fold it in half so I have a slip knot. Pull it through my slip knot, pull it tight while it's still in my mini Bowdabra. Pull it out, separate the ends. And this makes a great little gift wrap bow, super simple to make. Saved mine. And we're just going to fluff out the loops. And we have a really pretty little bow that we made in our mini Bowdabra. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to make a bow. We have this ribbon with the trucks on it, and I'm going to show you how to make it so that all of the trucks will go in the right direction. There's quite a few ways to do this, but I'm going to show you what I believe is the simplest way. So I'm just going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, and again, I'm going to cut a length of it, fold it in half, and lay this down into my Bowdabra, and I'm just going to tuck the ends underneath. Oh my goodness, you have two of each of the Bowdabras. Um, so now I'm just going to take this. So this is so simple to do. All I'm doing is just taking the right side of the ribbon, laying that down into the Bowdabra, and now my trucks are all going in the right direction. And I'm going to just repeat this, make sure I'm doing them all the same. And again, I'm just going to put the right side of the ribbon down, come back up here, and we're just going to keep doing this so you can see all the trucks are going in the right direction. And my special delivery is in the right direction. So I'm just going to do this here, fold it back over, and scrunch that in. And we're going to do one because I want 4 loops on each side. And again, I'm just going to take this, scrunch this down, and take my, whoops, that's my mini wand, and bring this up here. And as soon as I'm done with this bow, I'm going to show you how to make a bow using scraps of ribbon, which is one of my favorite bows to make. And that makes a great present bow as well. Now, with the wire, I can actually just twist it and it still will stay. So we're just going to shape this out. And again, this makes a great present bow. And Go back over here, and you can see we have this great, super easy bow, and all my trucks are all going in the right direction. They're all right side up. So that's a trick for keeping, if you have elves or you have writing and you want it all to go in the same direction, that's a good trick to use. So now what I'm going to do is make a real pretty tree topper bow. Oh, I said I was going to do the scrap bow. Let's do the scrap bow first, and then we'll do a tree topper bow. So we'll go back over to the overhead camera. And again, I'm going to take some of my Bowdabra bow wire. So I promise we'll do a nice big tree topper bow right after this, and lay this down into my Bowdabra and just tuck the ends underneath. And we've dovetailed the ends of this ribbon. And it's really just scraps of ribbon. So when you have extra ribbon laying around, you can use it. Whereas most of the time, a piece of ribbon like this, you would probably not have a use for it. And let's take this, make sure I have the right side up, and pull this down in here. Oh, I'm glad this is helpful for you. We try to do these every Monday. Sometimes we change the time, but most of the time it's at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, and 7 Eastern. And we try to do it both on Facebook and YouTube. And just go here and scrunch it down. So let me know, are you watching on Facebook tonight or are you watching on YouTube? And then I have this cute little pick, which again, it's just a scrap from a pick. Um, so this is really just made of scraps, but it's a great way for gift wrapping. It's a super simple bow to make, and it'll make anybody's present. Nobody would even believe that you made it just using scraps of ribbon. Bring this around to the back, and we'll tie it and tie a knot. And so has anybody started putting up your trees yet? And we'll just take this. And definitely you can watch the replay. We're making quite a few bows tonight. And as you can see, this came out really pretty. And it's so simple, and it'll make a present, or even you could use it on the center of your table and maybe put a candle on each side. All these bows can be used for so many different purposes. Okay, now as promised, I'm going to do a tree topper bow. So let's go to the overhead camera. And the thing about a tree topper bow is it's just bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my tree topper bow using a 5-inch wide ribbon and lay this down here. Now you're going to make your tails. I'm going to make the tails a little shorter here, but on a tree topper bow, a lot of times you want your tails to be several feet long or even several yards long. But we don't need to waste the ribbon here. And then now what I'm going to do is take a piece of this. Oh, you're welcome, Melinda. So let's see, how many yards do we have here? We have 1, 2. I'm going to do 3 yards of ribbon for this bow. And put this back over here. And so now what I'm going to do is take my ribbon. And again, it's just like a regular bow, but it works as a great tree topper bow. So we're just going to fold this back over and bring this back over here. Now, one of the tricks, this is a wired ribbon. So with a wired ribbon, I can make my loops a little bigger. If you have a non-wired ribbon, you're going to want to make your loops a little bit smaller. For a tree topper bow, I definitely prefer a wired ribbon because you want to make your loops big, depending on the size of the tree. But assuming you have like an 8 foot or an 8 foot tree or 6 foot tree, even, you're going to want your loops to be pretty big. And for those of you who are watching on Facebook, just know that our YouTube channel, we have over 1,000, oh, we have 1,000 something how-to videos. And on our blog, we've got literally thousands. Let me see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and this will be 4. And crunch that down in there. And I'm going to actually grab my wand, give everything a good, so this is a nice big bow. And pull this through, pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra, pull it out, and I'm going to separate the ends, bring them around to the back, and in a minute I'll make a wreath bow. So I really want to show you guys all the different kinds of bows you can make using your Bowdabra. And you can buy the Bowdabras at Hobby Lobby. You can buy them on Bowdabra.com, Amazon. You can see how big this bow is. And I'll go back to the front camera so you can really see. So it's a very big bow and it makes a really pretty tree topper. I'll put that aside and let's do a wreath bow now. Okay, and now this style of bow that we're going to make is actually a mixture of our scrunchy bow and our funky bow. So I'm going to start again, as always, with a piece of my Bowdabra bow wire and fold it in half and clip it, lay it down into the Bowdabra, and I'm just going to tuck the end underneath. Go back to the overhead camera. Now, I'm just going to take my mesh ribbon and just fold it a little bit over so that the doesn't show any fraying. And all I'm doing is just going down the center, and at the end, I'm just going to roll it over here again. And we're just literally, we call it a scrunchy bow because we're just scrunching it in. Then I'm going to take my greenery and lay that in, and lay this greenery in here. Then take these tails. I love this pine cone ribbon. I think it's so pretty. And this plaid, it's just such a pretty green. And now we're going to do our funky bow. So we're just going to twist it here, bring it back, and it's really just like making a whole bunch of awareness ribbons. So come back over here and make sure that the right side is up, twist it, bring it back over, lay this down. So again, this is another way to use your scraps of ribbon. So we're just going to twist it just so the right side of the ribbon is on the inside of our loop. Whoopsie daisy. And we'll just fold this back over here. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to twist it. And I love this style of ribbon because it has a lot of tails, and I think that's really cool. Lay this down and do one more. And bring this back over here. And I'm just going to finish it off with my little pick in the center and take that's my mini wand. I need my regular wand. Give everything a really good scrunch. And take my Bowdabra bow wire, bring that back up here, pull it tight while it's still in my Bowdabra. And this could be a beautiful door swag, but I'm going to tie it onto a wreath as a wreath attachment. So we're just going to bring this back around over here, tie it really tight, tie a knot, and let's shape this out and bring these down here. So let me know, have you started decorating your tree yet? Or is everybody pretty much just getting ready for Thanksgiving? I know a lot of our designers, our Bowdabra design team, they've started decorating their trees with fall ornaments in fall, and then they'll change it up for Christmas, which I think is a kind of a cool idea. So now I'm just going to put this here. Whoopsie daisy, bring it around here. And the wire got stuck in the grapevine. There we go. And we're just going to tie it, and I'm going to twist it to give it a little bit more of, and we'll just tie this off here in a little bow and bring it back around. Whoops. And just shape it. And you have a beautiful wreath. So didn't that come out? Whoops. I have to bring it down here so you can actually see it. So didn't that come out really pretty? And it was super simple to make. I mean, we've made a tree topper bow, swag, a bunch of different bows. Now we'll just go back to a regular bow. Um, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take about 3 yards to about 3 yards, and I'm going to cut a tail. And this is our really pretty snowflake ribbon. I love this ribbon. I think it's so pretty, and we have it in all different colors. And what's nice is it's not just for holiday, it can go into winter as well. So just lay my wire down. And for this, I probably would use my silver wire, but it's not going to matter because you won't really see it. And let's go ahead and dovetail the tails. So how many of you are watching for the very first time? I know we had a couple people on here who said they were watching for the first time. So exciting when I have new people that come on and watch. And now let's go over to the overhead camera. Oh, thank you, Shirley. Yeah, it's really a pretty ribbon. So twist and fold it back over and twist. And all I'm doing is folding and twisting, and I'm just going to make sure that my loops are pretty much the same, and they are. Sapphire's just decided to start talking. That's my Siberian Husky. And fold and twist. And I'm just going to fold and twist and we'll fold it back over and twist and fold and twist. And I'm going to end it with just a little loop, which everybody knows what that's called. So why doesn't somebody let me know? What do you call that little loop? And bring this back up here. Pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. Pull it out. Separate my ends. Bring it around to the back. And I'm going to just tie a knot. And knot it here. And I'll start by, there we go. And we're just going to shape it out. So I'm just, because it is a wired ribbon, I just put my fingers in it and shape it. And again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're not making a wired, the reason that people's loops look floppy is because they're not using a wired ribbon. And you can see how pretty this came out. I cannot believe how many bows we made. We made our special delivery bow. We made our mini bow. We made our scrap bow and our tree topper bow. And we started with this really pretty swag. And we made our wreath bow. So I'm going to take this, put this aside, and I think we have time for one more. So I'm going to grab my fall ribbon. Let's just take this ribbon. I always put the pins in it so it doesn't roll all over the place. So let's just get that pin back in there. And we'll do one more. And again, oh, I have my cute little puppy here. I don't know if you can see her head coming up. Here she is. Yeah, she's such a sweet girl. Anyway, so I think she wants me to go feed her is probably what this is about. But we have little Sapphire joining us today. No, Sassy. So let's go ahead and dovetail the ends, and we'll get my Bowdabra bow wire and lay this down into my Bowdabra after I fold it in half. And again, this is just a basic way to make a bow using Bowdabra. And I always say, if you're using like a wire, thank you, Melinda. She is such a sweet puppy. She really, really is. So now I'm just going to fold it, scrunch it down, fold it over, twist, and oh, now she's talking. She's definitely letting me know that, whoops, I think I made those. There we go. Now they're the same size. And twist it, bring it back over and twist and bring it back over and twist. And let's go to the overhead camera and fold and twist, fold and twist, and fold and twist. We have, see, 4 and 3, that'd be 4. I like to do 4 on each side. I don't know why, but for some reason, I just feel like it gives me a fuller bow. And now I'm just going to do my button loop. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller than my other loops and just scrunch everything down and take my Bowdabra bow wire, pull it through my slip knot. And again, this could be a wreath bow. For a smaller tree, it could be a tree topper bow. And just bring this back around here and tie a knot and just fluff it out and just kind of pull in opposite directions. And there we have a really pretty bow that could be, again, it could be a tree topper bow, a wreath bow, beautiful gift bow. I cannot believe that we already went through our whole live. This was so much fun, and I hope you'll share this video with your friends and join us next week, again at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, and 7 Eastern. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next week.